welcome to episode 8 of the Tattoo Professionals. Byron and Justin here, as always, hopefully for your entertainment and information. How was your week, Justin?
It's good. You?
Mine was fucking bad, man. This week's been bad.
Yeah,
Last week's been bad. I've been getting my ass kicked.
It's just off. I can't even explain it. It's just off.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I started my week off really shitty.
Well, yeah, and I was going to ask you what happened.
Yeah,
I pulled up to your house and half of your house is missing.
There's no garage door. So this is what happened, man. So like,
Did your wife back through it or what?
I really wish I could tell you my wife did it.
No. Your
Yeah.
kid? Your dog?
No, it was me. But let me explain. I feel like I got a good justification. So like, when you drive to my house, and you have, right? It's shaped kind of like a U. And on this far side of the U is the garage door. So when you're driving up to the house, I want to get people's point of view too. So let's post this as a teaser, and we'll get them to vote on.
No one's going to agree with you.
I think they will. Listen, hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
So like, normally when you drive up to your house, everyone can see their garage.
Yes.
And then you open your garage and you see it. So like, if someone's backing out of your garage, you don't hit the button, right? Because you see it.
Yeah.
So what happened about 3 or 4 months ago is I'm driving down the street, I hit the button, and my wife's backing out at the same time, but she wasn't backed out far enough to hit the sensors. So the garage door came down on top of her car, fucked up her car, and bent the bottom panel. So this is where I think I can blame my wife a little bit. I don't think she'll watch this episode, so I'll get in trouble. But I was like, hey, baby, you got to call a garage door people and like get it fixed. I'm like, or something's going to go fucking wrong. So Monday morning, I wake up, I do my normal thing. I'm supposed to be at PT, and I open up my door and I hit the button, and I do what I do every day. I go walk around to the passenger side, put my workout shit in, walk around, turn the truck on. I usually like,
Did you have the world's slowest garage opener or what?
no, listen. So then what happened was I put it in reverse, and I backed up, and I realized something was wrong. Like, I don't know, like, it wasn't going the way it normally goes. So I pull forward, and I look back, and the door only opened halfway. So, but who watches their fucking garage door open all the way, right?
People
So-
look in the rearview mirror when they're backing out.
Not Byron.
He's looking at himself.
My windows are so dark, I can't see out of them. So I just don't, there's no point in looking at it. So you're right. Like, I mean, it's on me. It's my fault. But then what happened, I don't know if you guys saw that post when The Rock, like his front gate wouldn't open and he just tried to rip it down. Well, I realized I wasn't going to be able to go to work. I wasn't going to be able to go to PT. My kids weren't going to be able to go to school. My wife wasn't going to be able to
We're
leave for the day.
trapped.
So yeah, we were fucking trapped. So I started to try to pull the garage door down. Those fuckers are sturdy. Which is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
But like, so now, yeah, I got no garage door, and it's really fucking weird.
You know what's funny though? Like if I did that on accident, it'd be an accident. But if my girl did it, I'd be like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah, I know,
I'd
right?
be pissed.
Yeah. Like,
So-
it's a total double standard
Yeah,
on that
for
shit,
sure.
right? Like, if it's them, it was their fault.
Yeah.
And like, it should have never ever
How
happened.
could you have done that?
Is that your first time drinking?
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, just fucking dribble everywhere.
We got edit that out.
Dribble that everywhere. We had some people drooling over here on the weekend. I had the Christmas party.
How was that?
Yeah, it was good, man.
Forrest show up?
Forrest showed
Did you
up.
spend the night?
I was tearing up the dance floor.
Forrest planned most of it.
Nice.
And it turned out like he gets all the props for it because it turned out great.
Your DJ posted something.
I know he was.
DJ was like, yeah, I saw that.
I know, right?
Anyone get too drunk? There's always Christmas stories.
So
Oh, we got a story?
I don't think. Yeah, we
Oh,
do.
nice.
I don't think I should. I'll leave the name off. Because I do. I like
Legally
listen,
or just for their...
for their own sanity.
okay.
They drank a little too much, and there's this part where I was talking to the husband, and he was really drunk, and I don't drink, so I don't drink, right? So I'm dead sober, and he's like mumbling to me or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, agreeing or whatever, and then all of a sudden he just goes, I'm out, and like an Irish goodbye, right? Like this guy's now fucking speed walking, and he seems sober. Grabs his jacket, he's at the door, and I'm like, holy shit, and his wife's over here, and she's drunk. And we did a thing where everyone got an Uber home. So we made sure everyone got out safe. So I wanted to make sure they got in an Uber together because I'm assuming 2 drunk people in an Uber are safer than 1 drunk person in an Uber.
sure.
So I look over to her and I go, hey man, like, your husband's jetting. I think you got to go. And like, he's serious. He's moving. He's already out the door. I'm like, I don't know if he's fucking gone. So anyway, she leans over, and I don't know if I'm going to, and I don't know how to describe, they're not stilettos, but it has a heel, and then there's that back strap.
Okay.
And so she had her shoes off, and they were down on the ground. And so I'm talking to her, and she leans over to pick up the shoes, and she grabs the one back strap with the one finger, and she goes to grab the other one, and the shoe falls over. And so she lets go of this one. She picks up the shoe. She repeats this about 5 to 6 times. Meanwhile, myself, my wife, and a couple of our friends, we're just staring at her, not saying a thing, but just enjoying the mess of it, right? Yeah. And then without missing a beat, and this is my favorite part about it, without missing a beat, without looking up, without anything, she's down there and she goes, "Stop fucking staring at me." And she looks up and she's like, man, it was the funniest. I just started laughing. I was crying. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. So we didn't have any drunk, obnoxious people, but we did have people who got a little maybe overserved. I wanted, for legal reasons, I didn't want to use overserved, so I was pausing there. But
you got served like a middle school lunchroom, though. I saw the pictures.
that was
I love your house. It's a nice house, and then I was like, why does the living room look like a lunchroom?
it looked good, I thought.
It looked like a
We
cafeteria.
had white linen.
Yeah, it looked like a cafeteria.
What else were we gonna do?
Elegant round tables with
So-
centerpieces.
There was centerpieces.
Oh, I see
And the
it.
tables.
I saw the preview.
To fit 30 people in there, you couldn't have done it with 6 rounds. They wouldn't have fit. You had to do 4 banquets.
I measured.
I mean, I'm just in real estate, so I know interior design's my thing, and you didn't have any.
You fucking sell banquet halls then, dude.
No, I'm just saying you should have blamed the
No,
rental company.
we had to rent equipment. We had to rent equipment. So we rented tables, and that's what you end up with, man. I think it turned out dope. You trying to piss on my Christmas party, but you
didn't
know what?
rent
It's
any,
not
like,
the first
strippers
time
or
I
anything?
rented something and it went south.
Like this week?
Yeah, I rented something else one time and it didn't go well.
What'd you rent? Car?
I don't think there's a politically correct way to say this. I rented a small person.
Oh, like a.
Like Wolf on Wall Street.
Was there a small person in that?
Like you rented a shorter person, like a 5'3" person?
I think he was. Yeah, he might have even been shorter than 5'3".
Oh shit.
So anyways, we were doing my buddy's stag. This is like 15, 20 years ago. Doing my buddy's stag in Vegas. And I lived in Vegas at the time. And when I had the idea, I wondered if I could hire a small person, AKA midget.
Were you allowed to say midget?
Well, in the contract, it said midget. In the contract, they identified the person as the midget. So I'm just that's just what the contract says. So anyways, within the contract, it says-
Contractually speaking, you rented a
Contractually
midget.
speaking, I contracted with another person to rent a midget for an evening. And in the contract, it was like you can't
There's midget pimps
throw the midget, you can't feed the midget, you can't
in the
give
contract.
them
That said that.
100% in the contract.
My God.
So we show up at the Hard Rock. I don't know if you remember. Remember, Carrie Hart had that.
Oh, that tattoo.
Wasted Space was the bar he had in
Yeah.
Hard Rock. Now it's not the Hard Rock anymore, right? Or it just switched ownerships in Vegas. But anyways, we come. My buddy Ab and Fielding and I wait for the midget to show up. We're gonna throw up a picture right now. Brian will throw it up. It's of my friend, of the groom, holding the midget. Steve is his name. He was an extra in some of the
wish I
Star
had the
Wars
picture.
movies. But it was like a gremlin. You remember all the rules with gremlins? Like you couldn't feed him after midnight, couldn't get him wet. I felt like that's what it was with
Did
Steve.
you compare him to a gremlin?
Well, there was rules.
Size wise. You mean
I'm not trying to. Again, you're trying to make me seem like I'm being a dick about it.
I'm just a nice guy. I
I'm
don't know.
not. I'm not being a dick. These are just facts. I'm trying to report facts. So
I wonder what
anyways,
has happened over the years that made all these rules in that contract.
I know, right? Like, how many complaints? Like, the guy comes back to his agent, he goes, "Fuck, I got tossed again." "What do you mean you got tossed?" "Well, they took me up to the roof of the house and threw me off the roof." "Well, okay, we got to add no tossing." So anyway.
Send me bad food.
Yeah, that'd be bad. So anyways, we get him, and we're at Wasted Space, and we're in a booth, and he's kind of like running around. He's running around the top of the booth. Again, I'm not trying to. So anyways, and we got those Texas, in Canada we call them Texas Midgies. I think you guys call them Magnums. right? The big bottles of booze, right?
Yeah,
So
all
we had
of
like Grey Goose, Jack Daniels, and maybe another Jack Daniels. Love John Daniels.
Jack Daniels?
When you know him as well as I do, you call him John.
That's a good one.
Old
Were you waiting for
alcoholic
me to
joke over here, yeah.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. So, anyways, this big doorman comes up to me. He's like, "What did you do to him?" And I go, "What do you mean?" Like, I'm like, "We didn't do shit, man." He goes, and I look over, and Steve's on his back, vomiting over himself,
Steve's
and no
the
one's
little
looking.
person.
He's a little person, and my friends, no one's paying attention to him. Everyone's doing their own thing. So I said to him, I'm like, "Man, we don't do drugs, we don't do shit." I'm like, "You can frisk all of us," because I was worried about it. Like, obviously, I don't want anyone to think that we did that. So, anyways, ambulance comes in, takes him out. Yeah, yeah, a wambulance, a little short wambulance. And so that's it, right? We don't hear from Steve. So like a couple weeks go by and his manager or agent is like hitting me up. And I'm worried. Like, I'm like, fuck, the guy might be dead. Like, I honestly, I felt bad. So I'll never forget, I was down by the courthouse in Vegas and I was at a mediation and the phone rang, and for whatever reason, I was like, fuck it, I gotta deal with this, right? So I answered it, I walk outside and I go, "Hey man, everything was awesome." He's like, "How'd you like Steve?" I go, "Steve's amazing."
Were you a lawyer at the time?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
And so I was like, it was good. We had a lot of fun. And I was like, "So we're cool, right?" And I tried to end it quickly. And he goes, "Well, I haven't heard from Steve."
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, holy shit. Now I'm like super stressed, right? He goes, "He has a history of showing up at events and getting highly intoxicated and then ghosting." And that was like a weight off my fucking shoulders. You remember Chunk from Goonies,
Yeah.
where they were like, "Tell us everything," and he starts from grade 2. That's how I felt. I was like, "Listen, he wanted to drink. He's an adult. He grabbed the beer. I got pictures of him pouring the Magnum. No one poured him a drink. He was pouring his own drink." I just went off, right? Because I was like, I got to defend myself. If this motherfucker's dead, there's proof that I did not kill him. So anyways, it turns out that he still hadn't talked to Steve at that moment, but a lot of Steve's villagers,
Like the Smurfs?
I said villagers, I looked at you, you laughed, I was serious. Villages exist. If you want to use it as an opportunity to make fun of people, you can, Justin.
I think you're being insensitive.
But I'm not. No, I think I'm being hypersensitive, right? So that his friends had told the manager that Steve's okay and alive. That's what I'm going with for now. But that was my
Have you talked to
story.
Steve lately?
No, I haven't.
You don't follow on Facebook.
Should we bring
No,
him?
I
should we
haven't.
bring him on the show?
You know what's funny is
We'll
like
sit him on the
when that
table.
happened, social media didn't exist. So there was no, I was 100% lucky. Imagine if that happened now. And like, you know what? I don't even know if that business exists now. It was a Michigan-based business. See if you can find it.
With all the Karens, I don't think that could exist.
I don't either, man.
They'd be.
But you know what? I remember on the website, there was a bunch.
The pause is
There's-
something good's coming.
Well, it was weird, right? Because it was like you were purchasing a human. They had all of these humans that you could rent. Like, it was fucking weird, right? No, it was out of Michigan. The site was in Michigan. Like, that
flew
was
you
the
in a
agent.
midget?
What? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Rent a midget.
my
See,
God.
Brian, screenshot that and fucking put it up so people know, because I know I'm going to take heat for using midget. I'm just using it. It's the word they use. So, but yeah, that was my, and he was like, and I remember it was an awkward conversation because I said to him, I go, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm like, "Can I dress him up?" And he goes, "Yeah, you can dress him up." I go, "So if I dressed him up as
Did you dress
as
him
a
up?
leprechaun?" Yeah, we dressed him up as a leprechaun. Yeah. So if you look at that photo, you can tell he has his leprechaun hat on. I don't think he's handcuffed at that point. Sorry. Well, yeah, that was the
It's
other
getting
part.
better.
That was the other part. That was the other part. I'd be like, I go, "Can I handcuff him to my friend?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, you can handcuff him." I was like, "Okay, cool. That's all the questions I have." Because I thought I was getting a little, it just felt, it was an awkward negotiation. But Brian, we'll throw up some of those. Here, let me see. I wonder if I can find.
Should we just end the episode? Right? Like, we can't get better than that story. What are we going to
Well, look. I think his name was Steve. So copy the URL.
Oh, there's an
and I'll look.
obituary for Steve.
And then
In memory of Steve.
If we can find the actual Steve, we'll throw him up there.
Last seen on what day was it?
He's at a rehab.
He's
somewhere
still.
in Allen.
You know, shit, that's like, well, I guess I'd be able to tell because, did you just tell me we're at 30 minutes? Oh, 15. I was going to say, holy shit, man.
That's a long.
time's flying.
That was a good story.
It
Though.
was, my buddy's divorced now. Actually, you know what? He's not officially divorced. He's going through one of the fucking worst divorces.
Let's throw him a divorce party with another midget.
Two midgets.
We should.
Stripper midget.
We should. He's up in Canada. We got to import it.
My girl would not let me go to the strip club, but I think a midget stripper she'd let me be a part of.
Is there such thing?
There's a rent a midget place. Why would it not be a rent a midget stripper?
I feel like that's like going a little too
Just
far.
gonna jump out of a cupcake and we can.
Like, what's the threshold for renting people? None. Like, I think that bad. Like, I can't believe that business still exists and is up and operational.
I'd be a rent. Like you can
If
rent
a
me.
Karen gets a hold of that, you would let someone rent you?
Yeah. Like if
So-
kid's getting bullied at school, you want to rent me? I'll go eat lunch with you.
But that's different.
I'd probably do that for free, by the way.
How about if someone wanted to rent you to?
Take my shirt off, handcuff me with a friend, feed me drinks, dress me up as a leprechaun.
Sorry, I'm stuck on the part that you think someone's going to pay you to take your shirt off. I'm stuck on that. I can't get off of that.
This podcast is gonna force me to fucking diet or something.
Listen.
In Vegas here, you can rent, there's a mini Hendrix, a guy listen to Jimi Hendrix, mini Elvis, mini Kiss band, mini cop, mini stripper, so you can't get mini
A mini Kiss band.
How long did you live in Vegas?
Mini Eminem.
7-8 years.
I bet we could do a whole podcast just some Vegas stories, right?
We could, man. We should go there.
I'm going.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
You're crazy, man. It's nuts. It's nuts there.
I feel like I have a boring life after I hear your stories. You got so many stories from Canada and from. I feel like, damn, I'm fucking boring.
I used to play Magic.
Yeah.
So I played Magic and
I'm an old
freshman
man
year.
now. I'm an old man now, so I got no fun stories. You got. I
once,
see Brian has a fresh tattoo. That's a good tattoo. I've
was
seen a lot
showing
of bad tattoos in my life. Have you seen a lot of bad tattoos?
When I look in the mirror. I'm just
Do
kidding. It's
you,
not
do
that
you
bad.
have, do you, like, let's be honest, do you regret, and I'll answer the same question, do you regret any tattoo you had? Like, you
Yeah,
don't
for
have,
sure.
like this lady, an onion under the armpit.
No,
Mick
I don't have a
Fuckface.
flying dick on my cheek, but that looks
Like,
like a
you-
great idea.
It's a good drawing.
Like, this is when I always see stuff like that, and same with people with bad hair or bad clothes. I always think they don't have any friends. And the reason why I say that
Would
is
you be friends
if-
with that guy?
No, I wouldn't be friends with him.
McFuckface.
But if I was friends with him and he came with me and he said, I want to get a flying penis on my face and McFuckface, I'd say, don't do it. That's why
So-
he must not have any friends, because your friend would not let you get McFuckface tattooed on your face. Like, Brian, if I came to you and I said, hey, I'm going to get a dick tattooed on my ribs,
I might be like,
you might say go and do it.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah. Hey,
I'd do a selfie
a,
with it.
a bone on a bone, a bone on a bone.
bone on a bone.
Jesus. But look at that. I honestly, like, an onion under your armpit. Like, I
I
get
got
it.
Waldo in my armpit.
But then doesn't that mean she's a stinky kid?
Yeah.
Like, my armpits smell like I've seen roses under armpits. I'm not mad at roses under armpits.
Did you see my armpit?
No.
I got a big like zombie mouth in one, and I got Waldo on the other.
Well, you're talking
Waldo's
about-
hiding in my armpit hair.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
Even out for your arm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We got to take a picture of that and we'll throw it up. So people
Can we put a
see.
disclaimer for the? I'm in the process of losing weight because Byron fat shames me every day. So one day I will be fucking jacked. It's the holidays.
You're gonna get me in trouble, man. First it's the midget thing. Now I'm fat shaming. Now this is like the bully episode. I'm a fucking bully.
Do you have? Should we go through maybe next week? Maybe
Yeah, I think
we'll
we
go
should
through
do a
like
segment.
one we regret.
We'll do a segment where it's
Because we're the tattoo professionals. I don't think we've once ever talked about tattoos.
no. So I think every episode we'll talk about one of our
Like the
tattoos.
elephant in the room. I was like, no, let's talk about them.
Have you seen them? It's like a meme or a picture of someone that says, it's like about bad tattoos, it says no raggets.
No
Oh,
raggeds.
regrets. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, that's a good movie, man. We Are the Millers.
Oh, this is a great.
Have
movie.
you seen that?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's
Great movie.
hilarious. When the kid looks down, he faints, and he's got that big spider bite on his testicles. That's the biological.
What's that actor's name? Because I love his
You know
style.
what's
Like
funny?
he's just sarcastic. And
You know, who is it? Can you look up the redhead from We Are the Millers? He was also
he's like a Jason Bateman type guy. He's just like real.
he was in the what's the with Leonardo DiCaprio and Harvey?
Oh, Titanic.
Revenant.
Oh, Revenant. Yeah.
Revenant. Did you know that kid's in the Revenant? He's like a big part.
No, not the kid. I'm talking about the adult. That
with
guy's.
the spider bite on his balls.
No, the dad. The We Are the Millers.
Oh, you're talking about him. He just got divorced, I think, from Olivia. I think
He got divorced from her.
Oh,
I
just
think
that's his name,
Sudeikis is
yeah.
getting divorced. I think him and Olivia Wilde, right?
Poor
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah.
We should get him a midget.
Do you have a bad? What tattoo do you regret? If you regret any?
I more think I wish I had one more of a fluid design because I got a lot of my shit when I was young. But I guess the Chanel's probably the biggest regret.
What shit?
We've talked about that before. The Chanel.
Oh, the Chanel. You know what's funny is like I try not to regret any of my tattoos, but I have thought exactly like you, and I actually know a lot of guys who are heavily tattooed have the same thing. Is like I wish I had like a better flow to everything. But you know,
Or
my
different
first tattoo,
idea.
I was 18. I had very little money. It was when you would like buy an A12 on the wall, right? That was the black like. And then it wasn't like how it is now where you could go in and guys would draw
it
shit
up,
for
yeah.
you. Like they wouldn't draw shit for you. Like that
Forrest
wasn't even an
showing-
option.
That's a cute one. Is that the J12 Forrest?
Yeah, that's the J12. Is that the one you would regret?
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw that up. Picture of that. The one I'm trying to think, man, and I'm trying to think if I did. What one would you?
The Chanel.
Oh, sorry, the Chanel. Yeah, sorry, you said that.
Well, I like it now.
There's these playing cards on my chest that I did like for my girls and stuff, and the line work's not good. It's just not a good
They're
tattoo.
just bad tattoos.
Yeah, you can like it's just a bad.
We'll
it's
go
a
through.
bad
We'll
one.
go through it every week,
And we'll take a
pick
picture.
one
We'll
and-
throw a picture of mine. We'll throw up a picture of Justin's. But Justin, you told me something, man, and I can't. It's funny because I know you're heavily tattooed, so I'm surprised. This surprised me. But people tattoo their eyes.
Yeah, I
and
had
you
a-
told me you had an actual fucking appointment.
Yeah, she was gonna be at the tattoo convention here, Hell City, but she does it. She's like known for doing it. Because if you don't do it right, we'll show you a picture of what it looks
Oh yeah, yeah.
like.
Well, hey, shout out February Human Canvas Convention.
Oh, Body Art Expo.
Body Art Expo.
We're gonna have a booth.
Yeah, Justin and I. Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna go meet everyone and talk. I did it last year. I
Oh,
loved
I
it.
gotta
Fucking loved it.
remind me something too, because I think what we should do is close at the same time,
Yeah, yeah.
and then Naomi will come and sell it, and it'll just be separate. You and I can share, and then we'll do close on the
Gotcha.
side.
Yeah.
Sorry, little sidebar there. But
Top secret.
yeah, so hey, do you know anything about like if you had an appointment? I'm assuming you looked into this. Is there a probability that you could get it done and you
Yes.
go blind?
Yes, there is.
So why fuck with that?
Well, they inject ink and saline solution mixture.
Oh, that
and
won't
it
make
kind
you
of
go
spreads
blind.
out.
That
through the
sounds
eye.
safe.
But they used to do it where they didn't know if you don't puncture it right, if you don't put the right amount of saline, if you do like shit goes wrong. She's known for doing it, so I put it on my Instagram because I was 100% had an appointment to do it, and I put how many people, yes or no, should I do this? It was like an overwhelmingly no. I thought people would know me and they're like, oh yeah, do it, but it was like 98% no, 2%.
You know what's
yes.
funny, man? You know what's funny is like I agree with them, but it's weird. Like you're right. Like
I'm glad I didn't because I think it takes away from my humbleness.
but it's weird. Like you have almost your whole face, and I would say that the eyeball's like extra. You know what I mean? Like some could say, fuck, you're that tattooed. Who gives a fuck? I think tattooing your eyeball is like next level shit.
Yeah, especially when you do it black.
I've never even thought about.
you're
I've thought about doing my head. I guess that's the only other part left. Like I'm still working on my back, and I got some open space for bangers, but yeah, like I've never thought about eyeball.
You should get like a Louis Vuitton on your chin. I got Chanel. We could be like the
I
Bougie
would-
Brothers. Bougie Brothers podcast.
You know what's funny? I said to my wife one day, I was like, I said, because it was weird. Like I also said I was never going to do legs, and I did my legs. Like I've just been that guy it's ended up covering me. So I actually brought up the head one day, and that's a hard
She
no.
screamed.
That's
just
a hard,
run.
that's a hard no.
My
She's
kid's
like,
mom said if I ever did my hands or neck, she would leave me when we were together. She said, if you ever did your hands and neck, I literally did my hand like a week later.
And then did she leave you?
No,
What'd she say?
she just stopped caring. If someone tells me not to do something, I'm the type of person that's like,
that
oh,
was
okay.
the beginning of the end of my marriage. She stopped caring.
Should I tell you about the second one? Well,
What's the second one?
I said, oh, you might, like, I want to do my face. And she's like, oh, yeah, do whatever you want to support your dreams. So I literally started doing my face, and we're at breakfast once. And she was like, wait, you're really not going to do your face, are you? Because I had just started, like, moving up here. And I was like, you said I could do it. And she's like, I didn't think you were really going to do it. I was like, well, surprise.
It's probably why that marriage didn't last.
Next subject. What's that?
No, I think it is. I think it makes people uncomfortable. The eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's uncomfortable looking at somebody like, I just think it's wrong.
Listen, man, I think like it's funny, and I know that I have neck and hand tattoos, but when I see an eyeball tattoo, I immediately think creepy and criminal.
Oh.
Much like this next girl. Did
make
you
me
see
want-
that transition?
Yeah.
How it was pretty good, right? It was pretty good. So what this is,
I guess this could be dumb criminal today, right?
it is, yeah, it is definitely the dumb criminal of the day.
One would be 10,000.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Adios. Come back again. I believe you. Did you say
Yes,
me?
actually, I
Did you say that?
Yes, sir. I did.
Oh, you did say that? 30 days in the county jail.
I don't know what her charges are, but
Being
as
hot.
you watch it, she kind of she does at first give the judge kind of like attitude. What the judge is trying to do is this is an arraignment. So she was charged with something. She hasn't pled yet, and they're going to assign her a prosecutor, a court-appointed prosecutor, or she's going to hire her own lawyer. So he starts asking her, hey, do you have any money, significant assets? She goes, I got hella jewelry. He's like, okay.
It's like bragging about her riches.
Exactly. And she's so stupid because she probably wants a lawyer appointed, right? I'm assuming. But she talked her way out of the judge appointing her a lawyer because he's like, oh, you got all that expensive
money.
jewelry? Yeah, sell the jewelry and hire a lawyer. So then she leaves and she gets a little sassy, comes back, and under her breath, and you can't hear it on here, but the judge says it, she says, fuck you to the judge as she's walking away.
Great
so
idea.
the judge went from a $5,000 bond up to a $7,500 bond. And
Didn't he go to 10,000 after that?
I think he might have even gone to
And then she
10,000.
got 30 days in jail.
Yeah, then she got, no, you're right, because then she
Yeah.
came back up again, I think for a second or third time.
She gave him the finger, I thought, and then she said something.
Did she give him
I haven't
the
seen it in
finger?
a while, but
Oh, there was the finger plus the verbal.
so he held her in contempt. Is that right?
Yeah, contempt, 30 days in jail. And then you can see the lawyer after the lawyer
Here, Brian, she's
is just
cute.
very sheepish, and he's like, hey, judge, like, I know you don't want to assign me to the first case, but to the contempt case, do you think maybe you should assign me? Like, you could tell he was just like, the judge was
What a
pissed.
good lawyer, too, wasn't he? He
Oh,
was
man.
still trying to work for her.
I would, like, yeah, totally. And
He's like,
you could
hey,
tell-
relax. She's a little...
And it was almost like a husband trying to settle an argument between a mother and a,
Yeah.
and
And a
a
daughter.
wife, right? Like because you could tell the lawyer was like, "Listen, judge, and he's
You're
not
right,
making
you're
eye contact.
100%
He's like,
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
you're
right. Like she shouldn't have spoken to you like that. But I do believe she needs a lawyer. I'm not saying that you need to. I'm just saying, Your Honor. Like he was very polite. Like the tact, his
Yeah.
bedside manner was on point.
Yeah, that was... would you work that hard for your clients?
Yeah, I would.
Or would you be like,
but
yeah,
you know what?
fuck
If
her.
a client acted like that, I would tell her I couldn't represent her. Because I'm telling you, man, there's clients.
It'd make you look bad,
Do you have that? Do you ever have a client that's just so hard to deal with that you have to say?
I've had a
kick 'em to
lead
the
come
curb?
in saying they didn't want to be in a certain neighborhood based on this. And I was like, you know what? I'm
Based
not
on
even gonna-
what? What do you mean this?
They don't want colored people in the neighborhood.
Get the fuck out.
They
People
said
still
that,
say
they
that?
said that word. It was a text conversation I had with them, and it's a lead that came in, so you don't know them. Talking back and forth, talking about housing, and she wants to stay away from neighborhoods that had a bunch of colored people. And I didn't even respond. I was like, fuck, I'm not even fucking touching this one.
So you see, so if I was you in that situation, the way it would make me seem is I feel like she's trying to lay a trap. That's a shitty thing for me to think.
Oh, I was
but
just-
I think
you know
she looked at you and thought you're a racist motherfucker. So she sent you a tag or a message and says like, and let's see what he says when I say this.
That was a group of realtors standing around.
Probably trying to catch
I
me.
almost bet someone. I bet that shit.
Let's get
man.
this tattooed motherfucker out of this industry.
Yeah. Man,
I hope it's not like that. That'd be crazy.
it would be, but I mean, like crazier things have happened. Like that on the scale of crazy, that's not even that fucking crazy in my mind.
No.
But you got to be careful. Good thing you didn't say shit, because that's the sort of stuff, man. That's a Karen.
Oh, yeah.
The lady was a Karen.
And I didn't even want
can't
to get
even
into
believe
it.
people talk like that anymore. Like, honest to God, man, it fucking blows me away. Like, I just don't get how you don't want to talk to someone or be around someone just because of the way they look. That blows me away. Is there like a bird out there dying or something?
Whistling.
Yeah. You're not. Have you ever followed hockey?
Wait, I don't need to laugh. Is that a
See, now you
sport?
laughed at my.
What's hockey? Is hockey? How do you spell it?
It's a big sport. Anyways, there's a Boston reporter, and she finds a random guy at a truck stop, and it just happens to be Jerome Naginla, who will be in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
What's his name?
Jerome Naginla, and
I've only heard of Wayne Gretzky.
yeah, well, Jerome Naginla's a badass man.
Is he?
Tough guy. He fought. He played for the Colorado Avalanche. I'm pretty sure. I thought he played for the Boston Bruins at one point. But yeah, it's just interesting. Like, this lady obviously has no clue that she's interviewing a future Hockey Hall of Famer. Massachusetts is a hockey state, man. Like, the Boston College hockey team is always in the running in the Frozen Four. But I just think it's funny. And the way Jerome handled it, I liked it, man. He was a boss about it. He was just like, he's like, yeah, we're from Canada. Got a new set of tires on the truck, We're not moving too fast, so it's not too dangerous. Like, he answered it just like a normal person would. That's what I love about hockey players. My opinion, when you look at professional athletes, on average, I think hockey players are nicer and more real than any other professional athlete. And I'm not saying that, I'm not throwing rocks at any other fucking, I'm just saying,
Watch your
I
mouth,
think
buddy.
they're the nicest. They're the nicest.
Watch your mouth.
We just had this like 6 months ago. Who was it? There was a linebacker or somebody that, remember there was a car wreck and they were interviewing him and like, holy shit, aren't you so-and-so? We
I don't know.
like a legal minute with that or something.
I bet all the Canadians were watching that interview like, she doesn't know who she's talking to. Oh. And all Americans are like, who the fuck's that guy? Next channel. They're like,
Fair enough. I think that is.
she's
accurate.
interviewing some bum. Click.
Well, from one bum to another bum, Logan Paul. Jesus, man. Can you believe this? So, if anybody's unfamiliar with this, which you almost have to be living under the rock at this point, Logan Paul is the older brother of Jake Paul. Logan Paul gained infamy / fame by YouTube videos. And then his younger brother started doing YouTube videos. His younger brother just knocked out Nate Robinson. And on the heels of that, this was announced. Mayweather
Joke
versus
of a
Logan
fight.
Paul.
It's a joke.
Why do you think it's a joke?
I don't think he should take Mayweather shouldn't take the fight. Fuck Logan Paul. I think Mayweather should have enough respect not to take the fight.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's funny, right? When you think about it, and this is
Can I announce the fight real quick?
announce what fight?
Can I be the announcer for the fight real quick?
Oh, you can. Yeah.
In the red corner, we have one of the greatest boxers of all time. He's 50-0. Or is it 50? Yeah, he's like 50-0. One of the greatest boxers of all time, up there with Ali and Mike Tyson. And in the blue corner, what's his name? Logan. He's got one amateur fight that turned into a draw.
Yeah.
Ready for this bout? Like, give me a fucking break.
But you know what's funny, man? Millions of people are going to buy it.
Yeah, but I just think the respect for sports boxing, like this, and it sucks. Like next week, fucking Sugar Ray Leonard's gonna fight a kangaroo. Like that's what it's fucking boxing's turned into. See, motherfuckers. My
it's
point
funny.
goes out there.
I don't think it's a bad deal, man. Like, I think you got to give props to Logan Paul. Like, he built himself up into something. And if anything, if I was a pro boxer, I'd be fucking embarrassed. Embarrassed because you have a YouTuber jump you in line only because he's able to market himself better than you. That's like at the bottom line, that's what this comes down to. Logan Paul created a name for himself to a point that people know that he's gonna get buys at the pay-per-view, and that's how all these guys make money. If no one bought it, you wouldn't see this fight. So it's actually everybody's fault for buying it, but they're the same people, at least part of them, complaining about it even happening.
Do you think like boxers should be the ones not taking these fights though? Do you think, or do you think they just because
Shit, man, if you're fucking Floyd Mayweather, and I don't know how much Mayweather's going to make off of it. Let's just say something very reasonable, $25 million. If you were Floyd Mayweather, let's say it this way. Let's say I was going to pay you $25 million to fight a toddler.
beat the shit out of a toddler. But the difference is, I don't have if you really want me to pay, like, I will take the fucking publicity hit, and I will beat the shit out of Tyler, just to let you know. I will give me $100, and I'll beat the shit out of Tyler tomorrow.
But that's my whole point.
No, but if
Why
I
would
had
Mayweather-
$300 million in the bank, this fucking $25 million is not But
you
I don't
know for
have-
a fact Floyd Mayweather has $300 million in a
He
bank.
probably does. He made
I don't
110
know.
off
Like,
his
there's
last
lots
fight.
of stories going around about him not being able to afford his lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
So like I don't know. But look at it. And then if you're Logan Paul, like why wouldn't you ask for this?
yeah.
Like it's a pie in the sky.
Well,
but at the
obviously
end of the
he's
day-
like he's in fucking heaven right now. I just hate it because I'm a boxing fan.
Hey, listen, man, I'm a boxing fan too, and I like watching it. But I think that there's an opening for things like this. This is the other thing that I think is skewed about the analysis is it's not like they're replacing boxing.
Yeah.
Like boxers are letting themselves be replaced. Like to me, it's like Triller started Fight Club with Snoop Dogg is what I heard, right? And maybe this goes in Triller, I don't know, but that's like a separate, I almost call it a sideshow.
Okay, so the Tyson and Jones had the co-main event was the
Right?
Nate
But
Robinson.
they weren't, none of them were real fights.
No, but I'm saying, so if we're gonna
Because
do
Badou
this,
Jack was a champion. He was on that card, and he was a 2,500 fucking favorite. So the whole card was kind of a sideshow. But everybody
But
knew that going into it.
here's my point: if you're gonna do something like this as a main event and get all these viewers, then the co-main event needs to be two up-and-coming dope-ass boxers that can carry the sport into the next fucking.
You know what? I agree with that.
So let's.
I agree with
and
that.
what it's gonna do at first is not gonna be a fucking lightweight bout. It's gonna be two heavyweights, so two big heavyweight names or two up-and-coming heavyweight names. Have them be the co-main event. It's gonna make boxing. People are gonna see these people like, oh, I never heard this guy before. This is fucking entertaining, and boxing may have a chance of fucking surviving another.
Actually,
20
you know what?
years.
That's a really good idea because then I think everybody makes money, and that's what all of this, every one of it have been. You see, after Jake Paul called out everybody, you had like NHL players calling out Jake Paul. You had everybody on earth essentially saying they would. Why? Because everyone wanted to get paid. So the exact same people that are saying like this is a joke, I agree, it's a joke. It's not a serious boxing match, but nor does anybody believe it's a serious boxing match. It's a money grab. It's a money grab for the fighters, and it's a money grab for the promotion putting it on. And us, the patsies out there, we're all guilty of fucking buying it.
I'm gonna watch it.
If no one bought the
I'm gonna
Jake
watch
Paul
it,
fight,
but-
this wouldn't happen. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
So
I
you
just
know,
hope Mayweather doesn't carry him like he did Connor. Just knock his ass
hey,
out in the
look,
first round.
I also agree with that. I hope Mayweather goes in there and puts it on him. That's what I hope.
Yeah.
But you're right. I'm going to be a little upset if he does the whole McGregor thing again. Because with the McGregor thing, I didn't mind it because I got to see Conor McGregor. I have zero interest in watching Logan Paul show me any of his skills, right? I want to watch Logan Paul get his ass beat. And that's probably why most people are going to tune into it. 100%.
I've always betted against Mayweather because I hate Mayweather. I just hate him.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's so cocky. But I hate this dude more than I hate Mayweather. So now I'm on Mayweather's side. I want to knock the shit out of him in 30 seconds.
But then this is the crazy thing, right? Because we're all being guilty of something right now that at least I've, we don't even know who the fucking dude is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you've heard about some stuff he's done on social media and stuff. Not awesome. I'm not saying it is.
His
But
podcast is better than ours.
he might.
This son of a
That,
bitch.
that's if you have an attitude like that, then yeah, you need to change your attitude.
Sorry.
See, he has the attitude of he's going to do anything that he puts his fucking mind to, and guess what? It's working for him. You
I'm
need
gonna
to change
fight
your attitude.
Floyd Mayweather
There you go. That's what you need to start doing.
and a toddler.
George Foreman.
I'm gonna fight George Foreman. I'm gonna fight Betty White. That would get some fucking viewers. Yeah.
No, Betty White's too sweet, man. You need to find like an angry old lady. Betty White would. You couldn't hit Betty White.
I'd knock her ass out in 10 seconds. No one would expect it. It's just fucking boom, one.
And then you'd have no job.
No job.
You'd be because no one is gonna
Buy a house from the guy who knocked out Betty White.
imagine that was your marketing ploy. Hire the realtor that knocked out Betty White. Yeah. Yeah.
In
With
front of
her,
the house, just
yeah, just like the Nate Robinson memes. You do memes of Betty White knocked out and you cheering over her. Yeah, you'd be the
these
most,
interest rates are lower than Betty White right now.
That's a good one. We'll leave it with that. As always, Justin, I appreciate the support. We appreciate you tuning in. Go to YouTube, subscribe. Go to Instagram. In the bio, you can click the link to subscribe. We appreciate the support. Leave your comments, questions. We didn't do any legal or real estate questions today, but if you have any, please shoot them our direction, and we will get them to you. And until next time, peace.